Welcome back. Well, not everyone can travel halfway around the world to make a difference, but in ways large and small, we can all touch another life. LEX 18's Haley Harmon is getting acquainted with the people of Central Kentucky and telling some of their special stories.
Yeah, that's right, Nancy, and it's really been such a pleasure this year to get to tell those making a difference stories each and every week on LEX 18 News. One of the ones I know that was really special that we got to tell this year was about a Lexington man who's using his retirement to change the lives of kids all across the area. For more than a year, Gene Bills has been volunteering every week at Lexington's Yates Elementary School, and to thank him for all that hard work, the school actually surprised him with a big award.
When you come in the cafeteria, it's really bright, and it's not because of the lighting, it's because of Mr. Bills.
Gene Bills isn't your typical 76-year-old.
Come on, young fella.
In fact, he's about as young at heart as you can get.
You like ketchup and eggs too? Good, good.
So maybe that's why when he entered retirement recently, he found it didn't suit him so well. He knew it was time to give back.
What do you need? Fork?
He's been volunteering here in the cafeteria at Yates Elementary for more than a year now, and the kids love him.
Can you count to 20?
Principal Tanya Jones says they can't wait to see him every day.
They just absolutely love Mr. Bills. For the longest, I didn't know his first name was Gene because all I knew was Mr. Bills.
Morning, Miss Harris. How you?
For all his hard work, the school surprised Mr. Bills with its first ever Volunteer of the Month award, with hundreds of his beloved students presenting him with heartfelt thank you cards.
It's wonderful, wonderful.
All to recognize how he gives of his time to help the youngest in his community.
I think helping a child is a real treat.
A major thank you to a man who is truly making a difference.
This gave him an opportunity to see that we see what he does, we appreciate all that he does, and we couldn't do it without him.
The principal at Yates Elementary tells us Mr. Bills is still going strong even today. He volunteers each and every week in the lunchroom, and she says the kids really love him more than ever. Well, another story that really touched us this year, a fourth grader out of Boyle County who showed she was wise beyond her years. For her birthday this year, she said she didn't want any gifts. Instead, she was searching for a cure for Alzheimer's disease.
Beginning of the chapter.
Peyton Garant is in fourth grade at Boyle County's Woodlawn Elementary, and at just 10 years old, she's already determined to give back. The reason why? Her beloved teacher, Ms. Krista DeWolf. DeWolf's mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's a few years ago.
It was very eye-opening, very heartbreaking. It's very hard to see someone that you love so much slip away every day.
After participating in the yearly Alzheimer's race that DeWolf created to raise money for Alzheimer's research, Peyton decided she wanted to do more.
I told Mrs. DeWolf that I didn't want presents for my birthday, and I wanted to raise money for her mom for Alzheimer's.
I got tears in my eyes. It was just very touching.
So for the last several weeks, Peyton's been raising money. She has now raised well past $700 for the Alzheimer's Association, hoping to make a difference for everyone battling the debilitating disease.
What do you hope that it does?
It gets a cure and she can have the medicine as soon as possible.
But especially for the teacher she loves so much.
I hope that her mom can remember her when they have a cure for it.
My mom would tell you that you could do anything if you put your mind to it. And I think that's what she would tell Peyton.
Now, I also got the chance to go to Jessamine County to meet some really cool women this year. In October, it appeared the entire city of Wilmore went pink for breast cancer awareness. Well, at least their heads anyway. It was all thanks to a local hair salon.
Do just like a strip here?
Pink, pink, and more pink.
Pretty darn pink.
Studio Creations Hair Salon in Wilmore has been busy all month long.
Starting from October 1, we've been totally pinked out.
Decking out, or should I say pinking out, the heads of local residents. The salon decided they wanted to do something big for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in their community this year, something that could get people talking and learning about the disease. So they've been inviting the community to get involved in their first ever pink out.
When you drive through the bank,
The bankers are saying, what's going on? Everybody's coming through here with pink hair.
They're also doing it in response to the disease hitting close to home. One of their former clients was recently diagnosed. All the proceeds from the Pink Out went directly to help Lori Baker Jones' family.
We can pray and we can keep them in our hearts, but we were kind of driven to do a little bit more than that.
Pretty fun, huh?
Yeah. So far, they've raised more than $2,500. Now, we also got to meet one Lexington middle school student this year who owes his life to one of his friends. I sat down with the friends to talk about how quick thinking saved his friend's life and also formed a bond they will share forever.
I was nervous. I didn't know what to do at first.
It all happened back in October as the students at Bryan Station Middle School were changing classes. That's when 7th grader William Wharton found himself in a very scary situation. He started choking on a piece of candy.
I seriously thought it was not going to come out.
He turned to his best friend Bryson, unable to breathe.
And he looked at me and he pointed to his throat, but I thought he was just playing at first. But then I realized he was true.
At first, Bryson wasn't sure what to do. But then, remembering a lesson from health class last year, he jumped into action, giving William the Heimlich right there in the hallway.
I didn't know anything else to do, so I did what I knew.
Seconds later, the candy came flying out, his friend finally able to breathe again. Bryan Station recognized Bryson for his heroic efforts, his teacher nominating him for his act of bravery.
The fact that he stepped in there and he took control of the situation, something so scary and something that could be so dire, really, it's phenomenal.
And while the boys can laugh about it now,
thank you, Bryson. You did pretty good.
No problem.
William knows it was his friend's quick thinking that made all the difference.
He's 12 years old and he's a hero, really. I mean, hopefully in 20 years he'll look back and realize that what he did was a huge deal.
Man, what an inspiring kid. He really was so mature beyond his years.
And we all can take a lesson from that about courage and being prepared, I think.
Yeah, we certainly can. Now, those are just some of the special stories that we got to tell this year, but I know there are a lot of other Making a Difference stories out there right here in this area that we can tell. So I know I'm really excited to find out what those stories are and get to share them with everybody this year.
Coming up on Making a Difference.
I consider him as family more so than I do a friend. Can't really thank him enough for what he's done.
We all know a small gesture can make a big impact. And for a Woodford County student, one man's generosity changed his life.
I was an honor to have been a part of it all. And I have a lifelong friend.
Meet two men from Woodford County who share a special bond.